We're back out here with the 318 two-barrel project of trying to gain a little bit more mile per gallon and maybe a few extra ponies in this 77 Dodge van. We got her all back together. It's ready to fire up, but we haven't done it yet. We really want you guys to be with us when we do. We just topped it off with antifreeze. Now I was just going to show you, if you don't know, you probably do. If you punch a small hole in your thermostat right up next like that, when you fill it up, you don't have to worry about vapor being trapped in there, and you start it up and it drops a half a gallon and you add. This will just allow it to fill up and be done. The good news is I did fill it up and it actually filled up, because if it had took like 14 gallons, that means the block would probably be full. That wouldn't be good. Let's take a step on the inside and see what we got going on. So this is what it looks like now. Hopefully it looks a lot cleaner to you, because it is. So that's at least one thing. If we don't gain any mile per gallon, if we don't gain any horsepower, we at least got a clean engine now. So it has not been started. The only thing I've done with the valve covers off is I rotated the engine until I verified oil coming up to the rockers on each side. And of course, in doing that, hopefully we got some gas up to the carburetor. So we're going to pop it off and watch for leaks and just see how it wants to idle, see how it wants to act. I suspect it's going to be different, because we've changed how it's going to receive the air and fuel even on a cold start. So I'm going to get in the driver's seat and we're going to give her a pop off and see what it does. All right, here we go for the first time. That's idling in gear. Sounds good, guys. What do you think? Quiet as can be. Boy, is that steel. Woo. Just at this point, does it sound like I gained about 14 pounds of torque and about 18 horsepower? Listen. So far, I said I'm happy. I can't ask it to run any better. Put the air sneezer back on it. Bump the key, and we'll see what it sounds like now with that on it. Go ahead, bring them right down here. Well, now we gotta take it out of town, you know, do a little bit of testing on it. We can test on the torque and the horsepower and anything like that. We can test on that right away. Gas mileage, we gotta go someplace in it. If I don't go anyplace in it, how will I know? But technically speaking, if the horsepower and torque curve is part throttle is much more responsive, gas mileage will follow it. So if I have more part throttle response, I can guarantee you my gas mileage is gonna go up. Tuning and tweaking and timing and just getting it all the way I want it is going to take a little bit of time. But today I just want to show you that it's up and running, and it's running good. It's running crisp. I did just move the van, and I'm going to just say right off the bat, my seat of the pants was part throttle. Seems to be more responsive, like just pulling out in the street. I can give it gas and it just seems to be a little bit more etchy to get going. But it's back to running. When I'm able to do more tests on it, which includes drive it and check some gas mileage and stuff, that'll be our last video on that coming up on the gas mileage and horsepower. Obviously, we'll have another video too at the No Name Nationals against the Hoosier Garage. Probably the trip down and maybe back. But getting this going and everything like that. Just wanted to share with you that it's on the road, and the tuning and tweaking will begin starting probably soon. Good times.